G'day everybody, welcome to the Facebook Live today, the training inside our profitable NDIS Business Builder group. Hey look, I am Paul and I am NDIS Business Coach on any of the socials you'll be looking at, and I am really excited to go through this process with you today. You might be watching inside the Facebook group, you might also be watching on LinkedIn or also on YouTube as well. And wherever you are, I would love you to drop a comment if you're here watching. If you're watching on the replay, drop replay in the comments, or if you are live, comment live, say hi. I'd love to have a chat. I'm just going to bring up my chat here now so I can see you. Come up in a second, no doubt at all. So today we're going to talk about what I said before was literally the 4 principles in order to be able to make sure that you are setting your business up the best possible way for 2024, because there are things in your business that you are doing that you shouldn't be, and there are things in your business that you're not doing that you should be. And we're going to talk about those today. And this is for businesses that are operating, all right? So we've done some things around businesses, around, finding your first client. We've done some things with, organizing some processes inside your business, looking at your entry-level marketing, like developing that customer journey where everyone's at. Hey guys, welcome along. Good to see you here. Drop a comment, say hi in the comments if you're here. But I really want you guys to understand, looking at these things we're going to be talking about today, we need to have a plan. When you have clients, when you have staff, you can't continue to operate the way that you operate as you grow. It's this principle of what got you here will not get you there. Something needs to change. Your lid needs to be lifted. You need to step up a few rungs on the ladder. And so we're going to look at that today. And it's really amusing because I've talked to many businesses, and we're hundreds and hundreds of businesses that I've spoken to who have been through different stages of this. And this is particularly going to hit hard if you are in one of these levels of business, okay? And if you're not, begin to expect these things and you'll be ahead of the curve when you get there. But if you are between sort of $300,000 to $500,000 a year, right? This is sort of the first place where this issue starts to hit, all right? Needing to understand how to set up your business correctly. I'm going to get to what it is, but I want you to sort of pin yourself as to where you are. The next time this is going to become a real big issue is around 1 million to 1.5 million. All right. It's sort of around that stage that things begin to happen. And the next one after that is around $3 million a year. This idea, as your business grows, you're going to go through different ceilings. You have to break through each one of those. And it's not about marketing. It's not about your processes. It's not about finding a manager or anything like that. It's actually about you, okay? It's about you and your time. Hey, good day, guys. If you are here again, just drop a hello in the comments. I'd love to have a chat with you. But I want you to think about this idea first, because many providers that I'm talking to are struggling with what's next, okay? And these 4 principles we're going to get to really soon are really important about how you go about figuring out what's next for your business, for yourself, how you set things up in your business, because many businesses are really hitting this ceiling. And in fact, we're going to look at it as if you're climbing a mountain at the moment, all right? So, you get to that first mountain and maybe you're hiring your first manager, right? Or maybe the next mountain you're going to is starting to put on some staff to take things off of your plate. Or maybe you're appointing like a CEO. And so each of these have their own, financial points they get to. They have their own issues that you get to where you're going to have to break through a certain barrier. So we're going to look at those things right now. Let me bring up the right screen here and we'll be able to start playing with this. All right. So what we're looking at today is you. Okay, and predominantly your time, your influence, and your ability to help people at an exponential level. So let's go through this process a little bit. When you start out, you operate one-to-one, right? Let's say that you started out as an independent support worker, and you worked one-to-one with people. Okay, then you grew up a little bit in your business and you started working one to many through your support workers. Like maybe you have, 5 or 10 or 30 support workers. Okay, so you now running the business are working with many participants through your support workers. And so that's the idea of growing your business. As you start to have more people come through your business, you need more staff to work with them. Otherwise, you are going to reach a lid where you can't work with anymore. I mean, you're going to get to 50 hours a week, right? Doing one-to-ones, and you're going to definitely cap out because you've got another, 5 to 10 hours worth of admin on top of that. So you need to make sure where you're at and what hours you're doing, and you can't do any more than that. You're literally capped out. So then you bring on support workers. And I said, you get to these different stages of putting on support workers. Now you're operating one to many. But most people at this stage, I've spoken to people who are, maybe they're at around sort of $2 million a year, or they could be at like $200,000 a year. And they've still reached this point where they're still operating as the one person that's doing everything apart from the support work. And sometimes you're still doing it, and it's actually dragging you down and not getting where you need to go. This is where most people experience some burnout, all right? This is where we have all those posts in the group saying, hey, I'm barely making any money. How am I supposed to do this? We've got people coming through our business, but we're really just operating so close to the line. And many businesses at the moment are operating at what we call one washing machine away from going out of business. Okay? One WM away. All right? It's a metric that we can actually use. If you have a financial issue coming to your business and you can't ride it, you are too close to the line and you are going to drop level support. If you have a big financial issue come up or someone else takes time off sick, this is not good for participants. This is not good for business, and it's not good for you. So we're actually going to look at how we're going to break up your time and help you get past this point. Because you as an owner, all right, this is your task funnel. And again, if you want this worksheet, I want you to comment worksheet below. We're going to run through this really quickly. Oh, hey, Alex. How are you going? Good to have you here, mate. Guys, again, if you are here, I want you to comment below. Say hi. Tell me you're on the replay. And if you want the worksheet, comment worksheet, and I'll get it straight out to you. But I want you to actually start to look at this, the tasks that you're operating throughout your week. All right? In fact, as you go through these, we really need to understand exactly where you're at. So if we look at tasks, right, you could be doing invoicing. Oh, let's try that again. So invoicing, replying to emails, you're doing the marketing, you're doing the rostering, you're keeping up with HR, you're sorting out your audit and compliance, you're hiring and firing, you're onboarding. Now, hopefully, if your business is growing and you're sort of over that $1 million mark, you've got some people to help you out here. But what are you filling that time with, right? So whether you are a CEO of an $8 million a year business or you've got a few staff, I want you to go through and actually audit your time, because everything you do is going to go through one of these processes. And the reason that this is so important about 2024, let's get that right, 2024, is that we've seen the things that are coming up. There is changes coming, all right? If you are stuck in all of this, you are not nimble, okay? You are not an agile business. You can't pivot with the times. You can't be able to jump from one thing to another as change happens. And we've seen that consistently, where businesses are not able to move fast enough. They're sluggish. There's too much slack in the business, and they can't move with the times. Also, you're not doing the things you're really good at. Someone once told me, hey, Paul, I want you to help me with what you do where you're a 10, okay? Whatever you're a 10 at, I want to work with you on. But I don't want you to work with me where you're a 2 or a 3. If you're only like 2 or 3 on the level of this out of 10, there's no point in us working together on that. But if you're a 10, that's where I want to work with you on. So if you're doing these things, just because you did them when you started, like the invoicing, doesn't mean you should be doing it now. Just because you were the one in charge of all the finances in the business doesn't mean you should be right now, especially as your business grows. We might need to bring in like a CFO or something like that, and you can get a virtual CFO. There are places and people I can put you in touch with to do that. But we really need to look at what tasks are we going to eliminate. All right? So this really starts with an audit, right? What do we need to remove in order to get our business moving forward? Because, dare I say, you're not doing the things that actually move your business forward the fastest. All right? Then we look at what do we automate, right? What are we going to automate in our business so that we're not bogged down with things? You know, I had a client where we were chatting about their rostering, and they had a system they were using for rostering. However, they were still stuck with, 3 to 4 hours a week of, shuffling shifts. Clients change the shift, support worker come in, so we've got to shuffle around, we've got to do the phone call, we've got to get on the messenger and get a hold of them. But when we looked at it, for their software would actually cover that. So we just flicked a switch in the software, cost them a little bit extra, and then they automated 3 to 4 hours every week, which actually removed that from their plate. And now they're able to do more things to continue to grow their business. So what do we need to automate inside our business? All right, there are going to be things in there. Then we need to look at what are we going to delegate. All right. Oh, that's a not very well looking person. There we go. What are we going to delegate out to people? All right, let's find people that we can work with in different projects. And just heads up, your really good support worker is probably not a really good admin person. Okay? Don't ask someone who is a 10 in one area to go somewhere they're going to be a 5 and get depressed and upset and tired quick. If they're a really good support worker, give them more opportunity in the support work. Maybe they need to be a team leader or something like that. But don't get someone who's really good with people to sit in an office all day, because you will absolutely destroy them. So delegate to the right people. Do we need to bring in someone like a HR consultant rather than going through and doing all this stuff on our own? Do we need to bring in someone to organize our compliance for us, right? Do we need to have someone like Tanya Gomez on retainer so it's all set up and we don't need to worry about it? Okay? Do I need to hire someone to go through, clear out my email inbox, look at our rostering, and do a bit of our hiring process so that when I get the people at the end of the day, they're the best candidates, not all 500 who applied? Probably. Right? That leaves me then to concentrate on the things that are going to move my business forward the fastest. They're going to keep me nimble. You know, I had a great opportunity to speak with providers at the Workforce Conference here in Perth not long ago, and in Brisbane as well. And we spoke all about this idea of being an expert in your realm. So I'm wondering, have you got time to be the expert that people need you to be? And if the last time you updated your information was more than 6 months ago, I'm sorry, but you're actually getting behind the time. An expert needs to be continually learning, continually growing. Are you invested in moving your business forward and actually applying the things that make that happen in the time that makes that happen? Because too many providers, again, are spinning their wheels, right? So the idea of this worksheet is I want you to go through and on one side, list down all the stuff you're doing, right? And I mean everything, to give you an idea, right? Where's black pencil? I have offloaded a lot of my work. I have a bookkeeper who does invoicing. Actually, I'm getting a new bookkeeper on the line at the moment. I've got a VA who helps me with my emails. They also run a lot of my marketing for me, and I use some software for that. All right. My business, I don't need compliance, but I do have a bit of HR stuff I have to work on because I have people in my business, right? Not many, but I've got some. Um, for me, it's not rostering, it's my calendar, which is very important when my team are working, right? I've actually got my assistant to do a lot of my initial hiring and finding other people that we need on our team. And even our onboarding process for our clients is a mix of automation, my assistant, and me, and I deal in the area where I concentrate and help them move forward the fastest. All the background stuff is either automated or through my assistant. So I want you guys to actually go through this idea and go, right, all these bits and pieces are happening. Where is my time best spent? And if we look at this idea of having the needle moving the fastest, right? If we were to go through and make a list of everything, wrong pen, we got all these lists, right? And you know, very few of you will do this, but I know that the bigger the business, the more likely you're going to be do this, right? There's some CEOs right now who are currently writing things down. And you go through, you list off all those tasks you do throughout the week to the time. Question, does this thing generate income? Is it a big income or a small income thing? Right? Rate it. Is this an income thing? Next question is, do I enjoy it? Or do I dislike it? Well, then you've just highlighted the things that you need to focus on and the things you need to either eliminate, delegate, or automate. Right? Because if you continue to spend your time on things that are what we call $20 tasks, and you are the CEO, you are the person in charge of 10, 100, 800 participants or workers or whatever, then you are not going to see the things moving forward like they should. In fact, you are going to get bogged down. You're going to see that profit margin suffer more because you're not moving fast enough with the times. Little speed bumps are going to create big problems. I'm going to suggest something to you, and that is that especially, I'm going to talk particularly to the CEO right now. So if you have a team underneath you, you have administration team, if you are not really just focusing on the strategy and how it's implemented through your team, and you're focusing on all the little bits and pieces and micromanaging your team, then you are going to, you're going to burn out. Or the business is going to go so tight that it may even be difficult to recover from. Your strategy is exactly, where's my eraser? Come on guys, there we go. Your strategy has to be what you can concentrate on, because you're the only one that can do that specifically to get your business moving to where it needs to go. Don't let all those little tasks hold you back. So, guys, if you want that worksheet here, I want you to drop it in the comments. Particularly if you are at that point where you're going, I don't even know what I should be doing at the moment. I've got team around me, we've got all these things happening. I don't know what I should be doing. Take the time. I'll bet in 1 hour, you could change all of 2024 from this one strategy. How do I know that can happen? Because we've done it time and time again. Understanding where you should be spending your time and where you should not be spending your time, or where you should delegate it or automate it, is going to change your ability to pivot or to be able to be nimble as possible throughout 2024. Because yes, there are changes coming. You, as the provider, need to be on top of that information. You need to be the expert to your participants, to the industry. Have you got time to do that? Have you got time to be out in front of people, telling them what's going on. Learn the strategy that you can concentrate on. Otherwise, you are going to burn out and your business is going to stagnate and you're going to keep hitting that ceiling and you're never going to get beyond it. Guys, if you want this worksheet, please comment worksheet below and I'll get it straight to you. If you want to have a chat about this process on what to eliminate, delegate, or automate, I'm more than happy to have a conversation with you. But in the meantime, guys, thank you so much for being here. If you know someone that should be watching this, I want you to tag them in this video, send them to my channel at YouTube, which is at NDIS Business Coach. Drop in on LinkedIn, say hi, and I want to get this sorted out because too many providers are finding it too difficult right now because they're spending too much of their time doing too many of the wrong things. Guys, I love you. I want to see your work really well, and I will speak to you later. Thanks a lot. Catch ya.